Hello, beautiful Leo. Welcome to your reading for the next 4 weeks. Let's dive into it right away by pulling the symbols that are going to give us a general idea what's coming, what's leaving, what you should be aware of, or maybe even prepare for. And then I'm going to dive into your coffee cup. At the end, we're going to pull some cards to get clarity per each week. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome. This is Divine Light. And if you have been here for a while, haven't subscribed already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and join the beautiful soul community. We have here a nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. And I feel like this is not only that, it can be if you don't have a backup, like a family supporting you right now. This can be that family coming together. It can be a soul family, guys. It doesn't have to be bloodlines. It can be people compatible with your energy showing up. We have here too much concern with sexual matters. I don't want to use the word. The thing is, rabbit also has the meaning of fear over excitement, also on top of that fear. What I feel here is maybe there's something about the family. There's like a lot of activities going on because rabbit tends to have that kind of like many activities, like very hyperactive animals they are. But then when they're afraid, they're unproductive. So it can be like there is an emotionally secure family is important to you, but there might be a discord in the family at this time. And that can be the rabbit, actually that physical energy reflecting onto the family, or the family is reflecting onto your physical energy. We have a cat here, two-faced friend, and a peacock, beware of great pride. The thing is, why the two-faced friend? The two-faced friend shows up here because this person is playing to both sides, and you kind of feel it, maybe kind of ignore it because it is not really, maybe you feel genuine energy, you trust people, that you think that they're not going to lie to you, but it can be someone playing both sides and maybe pumping some pride into you. They might be telling you that, oh, they're talking about you, they're criticizing what you're doing or whatever, but that's not really the case. That person might be creating some sort of a discord and tension in your life, okay? So what happens is most of the time it's kind of people, they come in and they stir the pot and they just step aside, and when you're stressed out and you go get help, try to get help from them, they're like, oh no, you're stressing out for no reason. But you pumped the things first. Like you told me something to be afraid of, scared of, or be prepared for. But they're like, they don't accept that. Okay, they say, oh no, you're making it a big deal. If that's the case, okay, first of all, pay attention to your health, to your mental health, your spiritual health. You are the one who comes first here in that situation instead of trying to tend to. That's what they do. I feel like recently that's what I'm coming across. Like people just tell me like I should just take care of, handle my business. Okay, but then they turn around and tell you all about their business, and then you need to listen to them. If you don't listen to them, they react to it. So if that's the case, I feel like Leo, today we have a full moon. Full moon is all about reflection. Maybe you have been allowing this to happen, and it's time to just face that dark side of the moon and illuminate, bring light into it as well. And see what you're expressing. What are you afraid of? If this person leaves your life, what the worst thing can happen? The thing is, the worst thing can happen if you stay in this situation. That can affect your health, basically. Health doesn't have to be physical health, because this is not a medical advice, but it can be your mental, spiritual health, okay? We have a bat here. Take care. Enemies are working against you. I don't want to name it as the word enemy because it has a very negative, heavy energy. But some unconscious people, let's say unconscious. When I say unconscious, it's not really translating 100% like what I mean. Unconscious in the sense I'm using it like unaware. But when we use in English language, unconscious kind of realized as someone who passed out. That's not what I mean when I say that. I mean someone who's not really aware of their working against you. They're hurting you. They're hurting others. They're not aware of that. We have a valley here, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. So this is a time that you make a being choice. I don't know if you ever heard of this term. I heard it in another language, but for the last 2 days, I've been researching it and I found the original English version of it. It's by a writer called Daryl Rutherford. So being choice, he says like you make a choice and you stick by that choice, and your everything, the law of correspondence, everything in life follows that choice. So this is actually, you have a choice here to stand strong no matter what life throws your way. Like if you cannot get yourself bigger at this time, you can shrink your problems to something smaller. Okay, but when you stand your ground, this is actually your deep personal strength is going to keep you going. We also have a woman here, dealings or relationships with a woman. I feel like this can be someone who is have a beautiful feminine energy. They'll be there to support you. Can be mother figure, can be a sister, can be, if you are male, it can be a wife, or it can be a good friend, can be a therapist, anyone. Or I'm going to say with a mentor, as a mentor. The mentor doesn't have to be someone you know face to face. It can be like, for example, Louis Hay. She passed. However, she has amazing teachings and videos all over the place. So it can be even something to get some like energy from. Okay, we pass on energy through those kind of things as well. Let's see what's happening in your cup right here. We have a tears of joy coming forward in the third week. So if this is a situation, I can see it in your heart already that you don't have clarity. You don't know which way this is going to go. It is frustrating. You're trying to open up pathways like trenches, carving out trenches outside of your zone, your comfort zone, maybe trying to make pathways so you can remove yourself out of there. And I see that you're actually creating a secure place here outside of the problem. Okay, it's like maybe away from the problem. This can be a mental space you're gonna create, like take a power pause for a minute and bring yourself to your happy place. That's another thing that in one of Daryl's books, it's called Power Pause, which instructs you to create a safe place for yourself in your mind and bring yourself, every time fear rises, bring yourself into that space and then visualize your desires. This can be a space by the beach. This can be a space in the forest. It's like maybe it's natural, or it's maybe your favorite store that you love shopping. You feel a lot of excitement. It can be that space too. It doesn't have to limit to a natural nature. However, mine is like a sandy beach. And I see here, comment down below, where is your safe space, okay? I read all your comments, guys. I have here, there's a pathway opening within the first week for you, which is leading you a clean paper here. So if you're intuitively being called to take a path, go somewhere, there's a person waiting for you here. The person looks like a little surprised, so you be prepared for it. This means that when you take that path, when you go meet this person, you might meet with someone who is not really expecting you. So when you see that, don't think of it in the sense of, oh no, this is not the right path. No, it's the right path. This person might not be familiar with you. It might be something that maybe it's not an appointment. You're just going to go there. You're going to meet this person. So it's surprise, shock in their face is not a negative thing. But I also see a cup here. This kind of looks like a tulip too, right? Tulip, a torch. The torch doesn't have fire. A tulip is resilience, basically. So this person might be actually showing you a path or a way to be resilient in the situation, or maybe decorating you with necessary tools on weapons, shields that you can actually use when you go to do war. I don't want to say it's a war, but I see there's a warrior wearing a helmet here. Helmet, maybe this is a mental situation that you're dealing with someone who is playing mind games. So, and then they have like this forest or like a storm behind them. You can see they're coming with a storm, but this is not a negative thing. I feel like the storm is going to end at the end of the third week. So the storm can be you going through an unknown situation that this person is bringing in front of you. The thing is though, you're going to actually you're going to have a pathway opening up here. Like this lady is showing you the torch, the tulip, the resilience, how to actually manage to fly over this thing. So if there is someone helping you, maybe like showing you a way, it's good to consider the advice, because yeah, you can go through the fire. It's okay to go through the fire if this is if you believe it's going to grow you, if you believe it's necessary to you. But life doesn't meant to be a struggle, okay? If you think it's a struggle, it creates a struggle, it brings a struggle. So there's a free will choice you're going to have here, okay? I see here there's a massive salamander, guys. Salamander is your basically not exactly Leo's spirit animal, but salamanders we see with the King of Wands. So salamander can be your companion here, your passionate, some fire sign maybe supporting your passion, or maybe inspirational creature with you. You can which you're a fire sign, but Leo, as a lion, you don't really know what it means to be close to the ground. Okay, ground level. Get to the ground level. That's what I'm hearing. Hit the ground level. There you go. You have it one right here. As the King of Wands here, you have the lion behind you, which symbolizes you. There's salamanders here. There's a one here. So these are basically like small dragons, okay? And it is telling you to hit the ground. And it's a massive one here. Hit the ground level doesn't mean that lower your standards. It means that hit the ground and running. There's a term like this, I think, in English language, which says that when you need to just put on the shoes and get to work type of a thing here. Get to work can be, let's go with examples. Maybe you want improvement in your life and you have an idea of a book that you want to write and you want to become a famous author, but you just want it. It's on the want level. It's not on the choice level. Like I said in the beginning, being choice. Like you don't feel like, or you're not choosing to be a writer. You just want to be a writer. Want level doesn't really materialize those things. But when you choose it, I am a writer from now on, then you choose to live like it, which hitting the ground level is that, like hitting the ground and running, is actually going to, right away I see there's a chunk of money showing up here. So the resources are going to start showing up when you make a being choice of what you desire to be, okay? And I see here there's a split roads, or maybe even options will be given to you. We have here an authority figure, a bull right there. This can be representative of an institution, government, authority figure, as a person in your life who has maybe a word on the matter. They're going to give you two options, okay? This kind of looks like even, I see you right here. Yeah, you're going to choose one. I saw like a cup here. This is going to be an offer. You're choosing something and you have a younger child right next to you. So maybe you're going to be choosing what feeds your inner child the most, okay? We have, then afterwards, there's a clear paper coming forward. Another thing I would like to say, I told you that you're going to your happy place, but then there's an outside path opening and you're hitting the road. Initially, it's a large road you're traveling. I feel like this might be for some of you a physical path you're going to be traveling. The physical path leading to a narrower path, which is maybe like going from the city to the mountain side, or some like a retreat, or maybe like taking a break from things. That can be really inspiring for you. It's aligning where it's aligning with the chunk of money coming in. You're talking to the authority. Maybe authority is actually sending you to a pathway here, and then when you come back around, then the choice is going to be given to you. Then you're making a choice with choosing the inner child or someone younger to work with. It can be something like that as well. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I kind of see like islands, guys. I saw like an island. There's a house here. You're standing in front of a house. Your desire, initially, it has some time, but then the second flip, it is coming forward. You're standing in front of a home. This is the home. I see a car here. You can see the wheels. So maybe some of you want to change your living quarters. It can be finding something that is actually perfect for you. Home has a shoe in front of it. Maybe this is a space. Feels like home. In some cultures, you remove your shoes before you go into like God's houses, and like regular human houses as well. But like for example, before you go inside of a mosque, you remove your shoe. So this can be like a connection. I think in Buddhist temples too. I'm not really sure. So it's like a sacred ground that you're walking into, and it doesn't allow. Shoe is actually a material thing. Think of it in the sense of that you're carrying the shoe. Shoe carries you everywhere. It just grounds you to the earth. But as soon as you take off the shoe, it just limits your ability to go places. So you're leaving that behind, and you're just becoming single-minded in that space and focusing on like locking into the target that you want in that space, like mentally. When you do, I see here a dog, a massive dog is barking. I don't know if you can see, and it has a hammer or maybe an axe in their hand. So there might be opposition. They're not going to want you to have this like spiritual enlightenment or lock into your desire. However, this stays like limited. This is like a limited thinking, and you're expanding. You can see the expansion here. And so maybe during this full moon time, what you can do is you can clear that fear. I feel like you're afraid of that dog. That's why it's showing up. And I don't want to interpret, like put a name on it, what this is. It can be a person. It can be a situation that you're afraid of, that's how it's going to end up. Or it can be like an end result. I'm thinking like something that you're fearful of, okay? But it seems like it's only in your heart. It's not really affecting the outcome of the future. And I see that you're wearing a cloak with a hand. With a wand in your hand. So you're using your magic wand to overcome that fear, okay? So yeah. I feel like the third week time, this might become really like intense, that you will have to face it eventually, but it is also like a great upgrade for you. I see the here, beware of great pride. You can see the peacock actually lowering its tail right there. So even if you feel maybe to that moment, like somebody's actually like gassing you up, maybe making you feel or afraid of to go get what you want, a calmness coming to you at that moment after you dealt with that dog. I feel like that is actually you feeling confident that everything is always working out for you. Okay, this is a positive outcome. There's a positive outcome for this one. Let's see what tarot has to say. I want to pull, oh wow, artist. Actually like this. Okay. Page of Swords. The first week, this is a special card. This doesn't really exist in the tarot. This is special to this deck. Artist is like the magician. Oh, wow. Okay. This is looking great. However, okay, this is looking great, guys. The difference of artist is he creates something, okay? He is looking at the sky. We have the tree of life here in the sky, and then he's looking at it. He's getting inspired by it, and he's drawing a new thing. Like he's creating these things in his mind, or maybe this is, I'm going to interpret this way. Whatever that he sketches here, it just becomes a reality. It just becomes like reflected into the reality. So the first week is going to be important while you are, and I see the lovers on the bottom here. Okay, defend what you're loving, you're desiring. So the first week is probably going to be about a victory also coming forward. Focusing on what you want to create, because everything goes through your mind, everything goes through your hands. These are very good cards, guys. We have the Eight of Swords. No, I'm sorry. Eight of Wands, Lovers, Two of Cups. A little bit doubt here with the Seven of Pentacles. Still though, at the end, it's a good one. So the focus should be on your creations, what you want to have in your life, and giving your focus on to those things. And let's see what else we need to know about that. Two of Cups want to come forth again. Yes, when you focus on what you want to create, your heart's desire is going to be coming. And the Two of Cups energy is like an exchange. So what you put out is what you get back. I think it's called Law of Correspondence. Today I read it in one of those Daryl's books. So that's why it just stuck with me. What you put out is what you get back. Whatever your energy is, it attracts directly equal thing to you. So if you're feeling scared, the fearful stuff come forth. If you're feeling like you're creating the world that you're in, and then you receive something compatible, which is love, maybe effort, which is like something, when you look at friendship or something, exchange, an equal exchange happening. The second week we have the Page of Swords. This is actually logic. So you're trying to get the logic of, no, I'm sorry, not trying. You are starting. You're starting to get the things like the logic of how the world is working or how the things are working out. This doesn't have to be limited to like the spiritual creation. It can be in a material sense. Maybe you have like a certain purpose, desire. We have a home that you're standing in front of. Maybe you only know how to get a home through classical ways, the back in the day ways. This can be Page of Swords. Actually finding a reasonable with the sword is a logical, solid, legal way to actually making those dreams come true from another sources. However, at the same time, this is going to require you to maybe even let go of those beliefs that you have already, that traditional beliefs that you already have. And the Ten of Swords doesn't mean that you have to let go of everything you know. It doesn't mean that. Ten of Swords is like can be representative of a tragic ending. But also it can be like representing that you're letting go of the things that are not working for you anymore. Okay, it's in that sense. Another thing that I watched recently, another tarot Instagram tarot person, and this is actually representative of maybe there's a relationship that you are not happy at, but you keep pursuing it because you spend so much time in it, and then that person breaks up with you. Okay, this can be the ending of it. And the Page of Swords here tells you this is the logical thing to do. You should have done that. Okay, but you're gonna still feel a little bit sad about it, but it doesn't mean that the sun is not shining on the background. So you are going to feel immense joy. I read it somewhere that through breakups in relationships, usually like women take a little longer than men to heal, but then when it hits the man that they understand what they have lost, that just haunts them for all their life long. But when it comes to women, when they get over it, they really thrive in life most of the time. If they don't follow the same patterns, if they get enlightenment and understand what was wrong in that relationship, they really thrive in life. So I feel like here, we're going to go with the masculine and feminine energies like that. When you understand, like when you get over the hurt, because 401s here is celebration, you're going to really heal and you're going to really like have the best time of your life, because 401s is a wedding, 401s is a celebration, 401s is, I told you there's like this is the church, and I saw the roof there. I said there's a shoe in front of it, so you might be even leaving your footwear in front of the church, so you're not really bringing the dirt of the past inside of the new building. Okay, so this is the third week time here. There's a King of Cups coming forward, someone who is mature, loving, supportive. It can be about a passion, something you're passionate about, because Wands energy is fire, is a passion. There's a supporter coming forward. They're going to be there for you. And the fourth week we have Three of Wands. This is actually going on a new adventure, which is, we can interpret the Knight of Pentacles as love as well. However, it is also grounding, material satisfaction, material desires. You're making them come true. And also, it's not only that, it's you're pursuing your passions and trusting that everything is working out. And then when you do, it is working out. And this is not something that is going to be empty promises and empty emotions. It's going to also have material outcome to it. It is going to have positive material outcome to it. Okay, overall there's a good thing here. Ten of Swords can be looking like a little bit frustrating energy, but I feel like there's more to it for some of you, and maybe this is something that you couldn't really find the power to end it for yourself. But it seems like it is actually going to come with its own blessings, okay? Let's see the angels that are going to be assisting you during this journey. We have the Archangel Jophiel comes with meditation. Meditation, prayer. We have the houses of God here, so you can use any of those things, or you can use your own temple if you have like your prayer rug. It doesn't matter. Meditation is basically connecting with the higher powers by quieting your human mind, and that's going to be really helpful. Also Hanel here, willpower. This actually throws me back to the valley here. Your personal strength is really important. That's why Archangel Hanel you can call upon every time you need to stand your ground and keep at it and not backing up of your desires, that you need to just tap into that willpower. You can call upon Archangel Hanel. He, she, will be, or it. I mean, I believe that angels do not have genders. So it will be there for you to support you, okay? Let's get to your activations, and then I'm going to pull one more card after these. We have here authority, guys. This didn't come to any other sign. This is for you. Willpower, authority, strength. Strength is Leo energy as well. Like, you are really going to be the true leader here this next 4 weeks. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So it doesn't mean that by being an authority you need to be a tyrant, which is actually a negative side, negative energy. That's why this emotional stability here comes forth. And I feel like you are going to be the one providing that emotional stability to the people that you may be managing, okay, around you as well. One more we have here is cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. The cosmic flower is a geometric shape. These are all geometric shapes, by the way. However, this can be something that can be used in order for you to feel at home if you're not feeling at home in this planet Earth at this time. That's a way for us to actually see beyond the veil. Sometimes we detach from human experience. So, yeah, this flower can help you to connect with the divine and just be yourself, your authentic self, okay? You can use cosmic flower herbs. I feel like there are meditations and such that can help you with that. And one more, let's pull from this one. Divine Feminine is your creative and receiving energy. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of the creation. Not only that, I think this is a very limited description of that. Divine Feminine actually helps us to receive what's coming from the creator of all that is, instead of insisting on going after everything and being like, you're going to be the authority, the masculine energy, you're going to dictate things, yes, but there's going to be a time that is require you to be patient and wait for the results to show themselves. That can be required, like supported by the willpower here. Another thing, Divine Feminine is the creative power. She takes the seed, nurtures it, grows it, turns the seed into a massive tree, for example. Turn the seed of the grape into a grapevine and just brings more and more grapes, okay? Turns the seed of an orange to an orange tree and grows more and more oranges, which you can then turn into tangerines, grapefruits, and stuff. I think you actually just do stuff to them. So this is you taking those lemons and making some orange juice maybe out of them, you know? If I don't know if this is lemon turns into oranges, but I know that there's like a special plant they turn into oranges. We have here Melody of Thought. Finding your passion is going to be the key during these times, and Divine Feminine will be effective to help you to find that passion while you're experimenting with creative stuff. Like creative things can be singing, drawing, writing, painting, playing an instrument, or can be cooking, anything that you feel called to. Another thing we have here is I bow to you, shifting paradigms. So yeah, paradigms is the beliefs that we have that limits us. Definitely you're changing some. Definitely you're evolving. But while this is happening, Divine Feminine also effective here. So because she is actually, I told you, patient, she observes the moment, and instead of reacting, she's receptive. So this is about receiving what's shifting, what needs to shift, and bowing to it doesn't mean obeying it, means that allowing it to come, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. And I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.